we are all ready, and I'm also taking, oh, good morning. It's vet day. I'm also taking Puck. He's been having like, sneezing, and he's sleeping a little bit more than he should. He's eating really good, but I thought, I'm just gonna take him. I'm probably gonna get in so much trouble, but you know, when you're taking care of 13 kittens, you have to make sure they're in tip-top shape, because, I know. Hi, baby. I don't know if you can see the other two. Hey, come here. Well, okay, we gotta go. We'll see you at the vet. Yeah. Hi. Are you doing so good? Yeah. This one is not doing well. Oh my goodness, holy terror. I'm telling you. He may have to go to like a no other cat. He's just aggressive, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, are you gonna clean? Did I interrupt your cleaning? And they have Mahjong. They're looking at something because they did say that she does have some sort of vision. But they don't think it's 100%. But they have like a thing they can look at the back of her eye. But they had to take her, so. Or him. Him. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hi. Yes, you're doing good. So, they did, first they did a fecal again. And they are getting her some fluids because she's very dehydrated. And then we are going to discuss the leg. So we're not done yet. Oh, are you the cutest? See, he's really, really cute. But, just aggressive. Like, I don't even want to put Zelda back in there with him. Okay. Okay, well, we just had our second exam, and we still don't know anything. Oh my gosh, they put this like Q-tip looky thing with like a tube as far up her bottom as they could to see like if she would respond and how far it would go before there was pressure. And I mean, it went far. I mean, she didn't react at all. It went. So now we're waiting because there's just a question of whether her colon and her bowels are. Because he says it does not feel like she has everything in there. But we're going to get pictures or something. I'm not sure. I can't. It's been a lot of information in the past like 10 minutes. But I'll find out.
Delivery.
We've had some deliveries. A couple things. One, if I sound distracted or rushed during this mail time, it's not my intention. Today was the day that I took Mahjong, Zelda, and Puck to the vet. So my brain is going like 100 miles an hour. This is the third time that I have tried to film this. And normally I would wait until tomorrow because, you know, sometimes when I'm distracted I just have to do that. But I can't because I need some of this stuff. And as you'll see during the opening, I've already actually opened it and used some of this stuff. You wouldn't think so. You would think that I had everything I need. But there's no explaining how much stuff 13 kittens take. Second thing, I want to go ahead and just say thank you to everyone. The love, the support, the comments, the people watching, the commercials or whatever they're called now, the ads, the people watching the ads, everyone that is sending me stuff. It it is really helping me get through this. For some reason, the past couple days have been a little more difficult, which you would think they wouldn't because there's less bottle feeding, but they have. Just because of decisions that I'm going to have to be making and other stuff, which you'll have seen through the videos. I have no idea when this is going up. So, thank you. It is all used. It is all appreciated. It has all kept these kittens alive. They eat, on average, 12 to 15 cans of food a day. We go through a thing of KMR. Well, now not so much, but we were going through a thing of KMR every 2 days. So, thank you very much. I probably won't say individual thank yous, but thank you very much. Third thing is the PayPal donations. I want to say thank you for Janet Stemper, Raymond Kistner, and SheRa. I want to thank you for your donations. When I was at the vet today, it's the same vet that did Cooper's surgery, and I just am now paying him off. Now, it wasn't just for Cooper's surgery, you know, but I finally was able to pay him off. There was actually a little bit left. I don't think anyone will mind this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I did use the little bit that was left to help pay for the vet visit for Fig when he tried to eat the wasp. Didn't cover the whole visit, but it helped. In this box, everything is from Janet Stemper. It says hi. It says hi community. Enjoy your gift from Janet Stemper. And it is the best toy in the world for kittens, hands down. And if you've watched me long enough, you know I give them away. Every time the kittens get adopted, whoever, you know, plays with it the most and enjoys it the most, I normally send it with them because I always try to send their favorite toys. And then another snuggle kitty. It is the best thing. This and the heat packs and then the heating pad. If you have kittens, especially neonatal kittens, the best thing ever. And I'll be honest, see the little heartbeat sensor? Even after they don't snuggle anymore, I have one running in the room, the one that came. I've already changed the batteries out on it twice. And they're just AAA batteries, so, you know, that's so much better like than if they were like the little disc batteries. But it really does help to keep them calm. What I do is once I've taken it out of the snuggle kitty, I put it like up under the blanket. But these snuggle kitties, even if you don't use the heat packs in them, the kittens, they really use them. They like try to nurse on them, they snuggle with them, and I really do love the heartbeat sensor in them. This box is from Miss Elizabeth. It says, hi community, enjoy your gift from Miss Elizabeth J. Boyle. In here are 2 of the cases of the Friskies poultry platter, which the kittens absolutely devour. They love them. There are 2 cases of the Fancy Feast poultry and beef pate. As you'll see, I've already opened one to use. They really, really enjoy this, and I actually like it. This is the only thing I found where the beef comes in, and several of the kittens love the beef. Like, they'll eat the beef immediately. They love it. And then there is a case of the Fancy Feast Gravy Lovers poultry and beef. It's really funny because a lot of kittens or even cats will only normally eat like pate, or they'll eat the little shreds, but these kittens seem to go back and forth. Like, I put one of each on each plate. Like, each plate gets 2 cans, and I'll put a pate and a shred on each one. Normally, if I'm out of one or the other, but normally, and they eat both types. So that's really good. And then I'm really happy about this because I keep forgetting to put it back on the wish list as unpurchased. But it is the Blue Wilderness Kitten, Chicken, and Life Source Bits. It's the hard food that I feed all the Fosters. You know, it's grain free, it's byproduct free, and everyone really likes it. And I'm on my last bag, and I just keep forgetting to put it back. So I'm really happy that this showed up. And this box is from Patricia. It says, "Hi community, enjoy your gift from Patricia." And it is 2 cases of Kitten formula salmon fancy feast. They love the salmon and the chicken so far. With the salmon, Patricia also sent 2 cases of the Kitten Fancy Feast chicken flavor. So that's their 2 favorites, the chicken and the salmon. This came from Lisa Hart, and I believe it was supposed to come with the other stuff that you'll have seen last time from Lisa's birthday. From Lisa's birthday haul. That's what I call it. It's her birthday haul. The pet products, and it's an activity mat for the kittens. I'm really had Zelda in mind with this. Well, when I put it on there, I just had all the kittens, but I really think, you know, she has such a hard time sometimes moving around. I think she gets tired. And this, you know, is stationary, and the other kittens will come play with it, and she can, you know, set up or lay on her back and play with it. And this box is from Chris T. It says, "Hi community, I love you and your little baby cats. I hope this stuff comes in handy." All of this stuff comes in handy. It is crazy. And there is a case of the Fancy Feast Seafood Grilled Collection, which is another favorite. They really actually like all the Fancy Feasts. I haven't found any that they haven't liked. Now, some of them actually eat this food better than the kitten food, and then some eat the kitten food better. So I just kind of put out both, and you know, dinner time or feeding time is like feeding sharks. I just set it down and back away and hope for the best. And then there are 5 packs of the Burt's Bees Dander Reducing Wipes. And what's really funny about this is these are the wipes that Cricket's foster mom used to wipe down Cricket before she used the blanket. And I've not ever seen these. You remember I said it in a video, I'm pretty sure, about how before she did anything, she took Cricket and she wiped him all over. Almost positive these are the same wipes. So I'm really want to try these out. Also, there is a cat play tent. This also looks like something that would be really good for Zelda and the other kittens to interact with. And what's really nice is one can go on the bed and one can go on the floor, because Zelda really does let you know, like, which one. She spends half her day on the bed and half on the floor. And I'm not sure if it's because she wants to interact with the different sets of kittens, because some of the kittens do prefer the floor and some do prefer the bed. But so now she'll have something to play with on both. This box is from Beth. It says, "Hi community, enjoy your gift from Beth Del Monte." In the box are 2 heated pet bowls. Now, I'm not actually sure. I wanted one of these bowls for my ferals outside in the winter. I've had, you know, the heated bowl on my wish list for a while, and that's what it's for. But then I changed it to 2 because I'm actually toying with the idea of using one in the foster room. I'll have to check and see like how warm it gets and what type of cord and that kind of stuff. If it doesn't work out in the foster room, It will go in, because I have 2 feeding stations outside for the ferals, and it will go in the other location. But if it'll work in the foster room, that would be better, because the food does get cold. I mean, they eat it. I don't guess they mind cold. I don't know. Also is the Smarty Cat electronic motion toy, Locomotion. And it's one of those, you know, you turn it on and it spins around and around, the little feather or the bird, whatever's on it. I think it's just feathers. But I thought, oh, the kittens will really, you know, can play with that. And it's something that they can play with, like while I'm cleaning. Maybe it'll distract them. And it's also something, you know, that Zelda can play with as well. And then there are a packet of the blankets. And I love these blankets. I've got a pack already, and let me tell you, they've been washed, well, probably every day. They probably get washed every day. So they have been washed a good 10, 15, 20 times, and they're still just as soft, and they are the perfect size. Well, I turned the camera on, they stopped. All 4 of them were like hollering. Yeah. Would you look out? Look, they get out and they come over here. Here, come on. I'll put you down. I'll put you down. They're in kitty jail. I guess I'll open kitty jail. I'm opening kitty jail. Get down. We got back from the vet about an hour ago. That I had to clean up in here before I could update. Oh, the door's open. I know you're ginormous, but go to the door. Look. Can I help you? What do you have on you? Here. Oh. I had to clean up in here. I was in a hurry this morning, and so I only did a brief clean. And if you miss a cleaning, you just might as well just throw in the towel, but we got it all cleaned up and we got back. We'll start with Mahjong and the Siamese family. They did a couple tests on Mahjong. They didn't do as much as they could because, well, the shelter wouldn't pay for it, and one of the tests they wanted to do was really expensive. But it does seem, okay, what the vet said is, on one of the tests is they shine this light to see how the reflection is. He said that at the moment, Mahjong has about, if he were to give an educated guess, because like I said, we couldn't do all the tests, but if he were to give an educated guess, 40% vision, which is actually, he said cats with 50% vision, you can't even tell the difference. He said there's lots of cats and you wouldn't realize it. They only have like 50%. So he said that was great. I showed him a couple of the videos that I had taken of me testing Mahjong when Mahjong first got here. And Mario, because I think Mario is the Mahjong and Mario to me are the most, act the most kind of blind. That's Mario right there. And he said it is perfectly normal for vision to improve, especially in, there's several types of cats that have vision problems, and Siamese are one of them. And no one knows for sure. They know it's the breeding and the genetics, but they also, you know, there's questions about whether it's nutrition and environmental factors, because they 100% can regain their vision, he said. Now, he said they probably won't regain 100% of their vision, but it is totally possible. He said, because all kittens are born blind, which we all know. He said, and the nutrition and the repairing of, you know, because they're born, all their body's not through developing. So as their synapses and their neuron, I can't remember, something grows, their vision improves. And he said some kittens, you know, especially with genetics and without proper nutrition, you know, I don't know how these cats, you know, I don't know if they had a mom. I mean, I know they had a mom, but I don't know, you know, I don't know what their nutrition was like. He said they absolutely can. And he said that Mahjong's at the level of vision now where they, you know, he's really not impaired. Now, he did say when he goes to the new home, all the kittens, let them know about the vision problems because, you know, they still will need to be shown where things are and stuff like that. But I tell that to all my people, so. Look at them. You aren't hungry. There's food everywhere. And he gave me this. And it says Zelda on it, but that's just because the whole exam was under Zelda's name. Didn't make me pay extra for the exam for Puck and Mahjong. So he put it all under Zelda. Now, I did have to pay for 2 tests for Mahjong. But, I mean, it wasn't that much. It was like $125. I mean, I know that sounds like a lot, but the one test was like $400. The one I didn't get. But he said not getting it wouldn't change anything. He said the test is a test. It's not, you know, it doesn't cure anything. But this is, oh, it doesn't say. It's on the sheet in the other room. This is like a vitamin and nutritional, like a supplement. And he gave me this for free too. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I was so happy. I mean, you just don't understand. This visit could have cost me $1 bajillion. And I mean, it still was, but it wasn't, it was so nice. He said that anytime a kitten stops eating or needs extra nutrition or has something like Mahjong in them where we think, you know, extra nutrition might help. And also, because it's also for Zelda, because Zelda has lost a couple ounces, and we'll get to Zelda in a minute. But you can give this to them, and it's just the same, you know, they get the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrition they would get eating. Now, you still want them to eat, but, you know, I was very happy about this. And then look, he said Puck was fine. Puck just had some sniffles. He said it's probably actually even allergies. He said he doesn't even look like he has an upper respiratory. And, I mean, the minute we get back from the vet, Puck's acting like he's never, ever been sick. For 2 days. And now he's just running around. I was like, really? On Zelda. I did film a little, you will have seen before, I filmed a little bit in the vet's office, but they did several things for Zelda. Zelda did come up positive for Giardia. He said Giardia and hookworms are the most false positives you'll ever see. He was like, it's really hard sometimes to get a sample. Because what he did on the sample, he took it from her colon test. And I kind of explained it. He took this thing and he put it as far. Oh my goodness! Like she couldn't feel it though. Thank the Lord, because it was as long as she was. And so he had a lot of sample. I know this sounds terrible, but he did. He had a lot of sample, and he said the reason the test come back negative is because, you know, you have a little bitty sample and you're looking for a tiny bitty parasite. He said because for her stool to already be gray, she would have had to have it a long time. So he gave me medicine for the Giardia. There is nothing that we can do at the moment about her legs. She doesn't even weigh a pound. She's at least 8 weeks old and should weigh 2 pounds. He said she might be underweight forever, just simply because of her muscles. She won't weigh as much, but she should at least be 1.5 pounds, he said. And he will not contemplate doing any kind of procedures until she is at least 2 pounds. Like any kind, not surgery. He won't do the surgery, he said, until hopefully 4 pounds. But he did do, like I said, he did the one test on her colon because her anus is not in the proper spot. Which I knew it looked weird, but I've never had a tailless cat, so I don't know. Without a tail, I don't know where your anus is supposed to be in, without a tail to go by. So he's really worried that her intestines and her stomach, her digestive system, her whole digestive system, might have abnormalities in it. So in the future, the plan for Miss Zelda, when she is healthy and strong enough, right now we're not doing anything except treating her giardia. In the future, she is going to have full body x-rays because he's also worried she has what's called spina bifida. And it's pretty much where you're like, sorry if the camera's going everywhere, I have kittens all over me. It's where your vertebrae are either there's like a section missing or there's a gap in it. There's several different kinds of spina bifida, and without x-rays and imaging, they don't know. And there are a couple things you can do about that. They can put tissue over it, or if it's not painful, really they leave it alone. Which hers doesn't seem to be painful. She doesn't seem to have feeling in several places, which is odd because he doesn't think she has feeling in her back legs at all, but she can move them. But he did a couple tests. She didn't react, so I don't know. She also is going to need endoscopy. I don't know. It's where they put this tube down your throat, and it may also, may also have to have with that a barium swallow. I have all this written down. I don't know why I didn't bring it in. A barium swallow, which is just where they do like an endoscopy, but they make her drink this stuff to where they can see. And then she also has to have full body x-rays, not only for the spina bifida, but to see where the joints of her legs are in order to amputate in the proper place. And Cooper had to have x-rays too. So I remember that because Cooper's cost me quite a bit, and it wasn't even the surgery. It was the x-rays and the exam and the anesthesia. So I did remember that. So she'll have to have x-rays just to see what can be taken off. He thinks the whole malformed leg will have to be taken off, but he thinks the other leg will be fine. He said it does seem to have a little bit of an extra either joint or a piece of bone. He said, but if it doesn't bother her, if she doesn't have feeling really in it anyway, like a ton of feeling, and she can still use it, as long as it doesn't cause her hip problems, then it would be better to leave it because she'd be more mobile. But like I said, none of that can be done until she's at least 2 pounds, and that's only the testing. She can only have the testing at 2 pounds. He'd like to wait until she's at least 4 pounds before any surgery's done. So I went and talked to the shelter, and for the time being, the plan is Zelda is just going to stay with me until she's old enough to do all this stuff, because I don't know that I could trust another person to do it. There is also the possibility, and this is a terrible thing to think about, but there is the possibility that if he gets in there and finds stuff that's not working correctly, he said the problem with her being so young is that she obviously, when she came in, she looked great and she was healthy because she had been nursing. And, your body absorbs mom's milk a lot better than food. What we have to see now is if her body is going to absorb the nutrients from regular food. And, she's already lost weight. Now, she's lost weight probably from the parasite. So we're going to get the parasite cleared up. But he's afraid that when we go in there, she may be missing some part. Oh my goodness, stop hissing at me. Nobody's scared of you anymore. Well, nobody was scared of you in the beginning. But but if she has certain parts missing where she can't absorb nutrients properly, and he explained it to me, and it's really sad. He said, but it happens. You know, we may have to make a tough decision. And the reason that we would have to make that tough decision is because she literally would starve to death over time. There's no way to, you know, make her body absorb the nutrients. He said even if you gave her like the vitamin supplements and the IV, you know, you brought her in and did IV therapy once a week, he said the body's still not going to develop the way it needs to. So, you know, and I would rather her be with me to where I can make, you know, the educated and the informed decisions, than trust someone else to do it. Now that does mean, at a certain point, I will have to pull her. What I've explained this before is pull her from the shelter. So essentially, she would be mine, until, you know, I adopted her out instead of like on loan from the shelter. But that's not going to happen yet either. We're really waiting to make any final decisions until she's 2 pounds. But she will be with me for the foreseeable future. I'm not going to be looking for her a home like with the other ones. You know, the other ones I'll start looking soon for them homes. No, they're not going yet, but I like to find them, you know, before, so I can know them and that kind of, anyway. So that's all that happened today. Oh my goodness, I talked forever.